Emotions and feelings are a huge part of all of us. Everybody has different emotions and feelings. These feelings give us information about what we are experiencing and help us know how to react. It's very common for a person to experience different emotions throughout the day as different things happen and situations develop. But are emotions and feelings the same? The answer is no. Feelings are different from emotions even though both are related. Essentially, emotions are the subconscious and instinctive response to something happening around us. Emotions lead us to react physically. For example, today is your birthday with an upcoming party this evening. You are happy with a big smile on your face and a positive body language. Here, happiness is the emotion. Feelings, on the other hand, are mental associations and reactions to an emotion that are personal and acquired through experience. Let's take the birthday example. When you receive presents, depending on who it is from, you may feel either appreciative and very excited, or appreciative but somewhat guilty because your mother went out of her way to spend money on you. According to psychologist Paul Ekman, there are 6 basic emotions that are universally experienced in all human cultures. They are happiness, sadness, fear, anger, surprise, and disgust. Let us now learn more about the basic emotions and some of the associated feelings. We will also learn how to recognize any emotion based on our facial expressions, tone of voice, sensation, and body language. Happiness. So how is happiness expressed? A smile is the universal facial expression to signal a person's happiness. The tone of voice may be signaled with a sigh of satisfaction, squeal of joy, excited shout, or laughter. The most common ways people describe the sensation of happiness is feeling uplifted and energetic. Depending on the state of our happiness, our posture can be very relaxed or upright and elevated. So, what are some of the common triggers for happiness? Happiness derived through one of the 5 senses, like eating your favorite food, or moving your body and dancing, or maybe listening to your favorite music. Feeling connected, like playing with your friends at the playground, or spending quality time with family. Witnessing or participating in acts of kindness and compassion. Sadness. So, how is sadness expressed? Some of the strong signs of sadness are the inner eyebrow raise and lip corners pulled downward. Depending on the type and intensity of sadness, someone's voice can either become lower in pitch and softer in volume, or higher in pitch and louder in volume, like when somebody is crying aloud. Common sensations include tightness of the chest, stinging in the throat, and/or watery eyes. There are often a lowered or hunched posture and looking away or downwards. So, what are some of the common triggers for sadness? Sickness or death of a loved one. Endings and goodbyes. Rejection by a friend or a family member. Being disappointed by an unexpected outcome. Loss of something that is valuable or maybe precious. Fear. So, how is fear expressed? The facial expressions for fear show distinctly raised eyebrows, widened eyes, pulled back chin, and the lips being tensed and stretched. When experiencing fear, one's voice often has a higher pitch and sounds very strained. One may also scream. Common sensations include feeling cold, rapid breathing, and fast heartbeats. It may also include sweating and trembling. The posture of fear can indicate either an attempt to hide or an attempt to flee from the threat. So, what are some common triggers for fear? Darkness or loss of visibility of surroundings. Heights and flying. social interactions and/or rejection. Anything health related like blood, illness, doctors, death, spiders, insects, snakes, and other animals. Anger. So, how is anger expressed? In anger, the eyebrows come down and together, the eyes glare, and there is a narrowing of the lip corners. For most, anger is vocalized as one of two ways. When controlled, it might have a sharp edge to it. If not controlled, anger can even generate a roar or a yell. Typical sensations include feeling hot, sweating, muscle tension, and maybe even clenching one's jaw or fists. Most people find themselves taking a strong stance or turning away. Some aggressive behaviors can be hitting, kicking, or throwing objects. So, what are some of the common triggers for anger? Another person's anger. One of the biggest problems with anger is that it is difficult not to reciprocate. Observing someone breaking the law or a cultural rule like cutting in line. Someone trying to hurt us or a loved one physically or psychologically. Disrespect or abusive language, shaming or blaming, or insults can result in anger. Surprise is the briefest of all the emotions, lasting a few seconds at most. Within seconds, surprise passes as we figure out what is happening. From there, surprise may merge into amusement, anger, relief, fear, and so forth, depending upon what is it that surprised us. It may also be followed by no emotion at all if we determine that the surprising event was of no consequence to us. So, how is surprise expressed? In surprise, the eyebrows are raised but show more curve than seen in fear. The eyes might be widened and the mouth opened. There is often an audible gasp, a quick momentary intake of breath with surprise. At times there could be a yell or a scream too. Sensations include a general sense of attentiveness. Moving the head, bringing the hands up to shield the face, and maybe even jumping backwards. So what are some of the common triggers for surprise? Sudden loud noises like a balloon popping. Unexpected movements like someone sneaking up on you. Disgust. Disgust arises as a feeling of aversion towards something offensive. We can feel disgusted by something we perceive with our physical senses like sight, smell, or touch, and so on, or by the actions or appearances of people, and even by ideas. So, how is disgust expressed? The most easily recognizable and obvious signs of disgust are the wrinkling of the nose and curling the upper lip. Common vocal expressions are making a yuck or a ew sound, choking, and maybe gagging too. Common sensations include revulsion in the mouth, throat, and maybe stomach, and nausea. Disgust often leads to physically turning the head or body away from the source of disgust. So, what are some of the common triggers for disgust? Certain foods, often from cultures other than our own. Seeing someone injured or sight of blood.